KIELY Rodni is a 16-year-old girl who is missing, and the case is being covered a lot through YouTube, through various media outlets, which is a very good thing. I mean, the more people that know about it, the more people that know what to look for, the more potential leads that could come in to lead investigators to find KIELY Rodni, to give her family some answers. And I think it's great that a lot of people do cover these cases. But, and however, I also believe that sometimes a lot of creators, not all of them, but some of them can create a circus, as some would say, out of these cases, out of these missing person cases. Meaning they go down the rabbit holes. And I've been guilty. I go down the rabbit hole too. You do too. We all go down the rabbit hole one time or another. But I think it just creates a circus where nobody knows, the facts. Nobody knows what we need to be looking for. Nobody knows what the facts are. Because there's so many different opinions, speculations, and things like that that's going around. I think it's very important to release the facts and only the facts. I'm going to post quite a few clips from local outlets and local authorities that give an update on this case. I want to encourage everybody to share this video, share the facts surrounding this case. Let's all just get together and hope and pray for a fabulous, miraculous outcome. I do know Adventures with Purpose, which is a diving team, are now assisting in the search for KIELY Rodni. I will have their official statement up next in my next video, so be looking out for that. Be sure you subscribe to my channel because I will be posting more updates as they become available.
A California girl who vanished after a campground party. Police are treating this as a possible abduction, have released a new image of the teenager just moments before she vanished. Veronica Miracle from our sister station KABC in Los Angeles has the latest. Good morning, Veronica.
Good morning, George. Investigators believe someone knows something. They're asking anyone with information to come forward. KIELY's father now begging the community for help.
She is this community. She is your daughter, too.
Overnight, Daniel Rodney speaking out for the first time since his 16-year-old daughter KIELY went missing after going to a party with hundreds of other teens at a campsite near Lake Tahoe.
This is your kids. These are the parties your kids are going to. We need answers. Please, anything, please, we need you.
Police releasing one of the last known images of KIELY, authorities desperately searching for leads in her possible abduction. Investigators say the Northern California teen was seen on surveillance camera visiting a local business just after 6 p.m. on Friday. She disappeared just hours later.
We're trying to find out exactly what happened, and at this point, we believe that someone knows, someone saw her, but they're not coming forward.
In this image, authorities say she was wearing a black bodysuit, a black studded belt, green Dickies pants, and black Vans. Additional images from the Placer County Sheriff's Office show a sweatshirt they believe is still in her possession, with eerie lyrics that say, "You don't want to be forgotten, you just want to disappear." Police haven't found any correlation between the words and her disappearance.
Without somebody coming forward to potentially reveal a critical piece of information that could lead us to KIELY, we really have nothing to go off of. So we'll continue our search.
On Wednesday, law enforcement expanding their search for Rodney. Dive teams scouring this lake. Teams also searching on the ground and by helicopter.
So, there's a presumption after somebody has been gone at her age for a number of days that there might be foul play involved, but it appears they haven't found any. And so the real key is looking in logical places that she might be.
Rodney was last seen at Prosser Family Campground near Lake Tahoe, the site of a party she attended with hundreds of other teens.
I would say out of the about 300 people who were in attendance of that party, we've only been able to speak to a fraction of them.
Her best friend Sammy Smith says she was with Kylie the entire party and was the last person to contact her before she went missing.
We were going to leave together because later in the party I had asked her if she could give me a ride home, and then I realized that she was too intoxicated to give me a ride home, so I decided to try and find a different ride. We were both really drunk.
Kylie's mother desperate for answers.
We have stories about the beginning of the night and the middle of the night, but we don't really have, there are no stories about her leaving, when she left, or who she left with. There's no stories of her car leaving.
Rodni's car, a 2013 silver Honda CR-V shown here in this photo, also missing. Authorities hoping someone has seen it. Her phone has been out of signal since just after midnight on Saturday. The sheriff's department saying they've received more than 300 tips since Sunday. Other agencies, including the FBI, also involved in the search.
Kylie's mother says there is a $50,000 reward for anyone that has information that can bring Kylie home.
There have been some major developments in the hunt for the missing Northern California teenager Kylie Rodni. The police say they've now seen new video of Rodni at that party that she was last known attending. In total, more than 1,200 tips have come in, but so far no sign of the missing teenager or her 2013 Honda CR-V.
New details in the hunt for missing Northern California teen Kylie Rodni. Local law enforcement released this image of a pink and white sweatshirt Rodni was wearing in a video taken the evening she was last seen at the Prosser family campground, the site of a massive senior send-off with as many as 300 underage teens drinking and partying throughout the night. The sheriff's office says her phone was last pinged near the lake. Search and rescue divers have been seen dropping into the water, but have come up short. Search crews on foot located a possible burial site, but that only turned up dog bones. The sheriff's office says nearly 9,000 man-hours have gone into the search for the 16-year-old.
Community members and even folks from outside the community coming in to help look for Kylie and continue doing that search on their own as well is extremely important and has helped us.
After nearly 2 weeks, law enforcement plans to scale back the search effort. But money continues to pour in from heartbroken donors. A new anonymous tip of $25,000 has upped the reward to $75,000. Rodni's mother begged for fellow teens to come forward with any new information about her daughter that night.
It's a hard thing to be courageous, and it's okay to be scared. And we promise you that you won't get in any trouble.
And more than 200 Sheriff's Department personnel are literally working this case right now. That includes 50 detectives who are combing through every single lead that comes in. I might remind you again, more than 1,200 tips have already come into the Sheriff's Department.
3 missing persons. 16-year-old Kylie Rodni still missing after she disappeared more than 2 weeks ago. But California investigators also learning a couple went missing around the same time in the same area. As News Nation's Alex Capriello reports, authorities now wondering if the cases are connected or if it's just a coincidence.
Good afternoon to you, Nicole. The Kylie Rodni case has drawn a lot of national attention, but the families of 2 other young adults are trying to draw the same amount of attention to their missing persons cases, which happened in nearly the exact same geographic location as the Rodni case. In total, there are now 3 active missing persons cases right outside of Truckee, California, which all seem to happen within about 24 to 36 hours of each other. Here's what we know about the latest case. 36-year-old Juan Almanza Zavala, seen here on the right, and 29-year-old Jeanette Pantoja were coming home from a music and car show in Reno, Nevada on the night of August 7th, about 24 hours after Kylie Rodni was last seen. The 2 dated for years, and families said they still maintained a very good relationship with each other. They each called and told their families they were on their way home, but never actually made it. For 2 weeks now, investigators have been searching the rural areas surrounding their last known cell phone pings, but haven't found anything. They were last seen driving that blue Ford Explorer. Now, this all coincides at the same time as investigators are nearing 2 weeks of searching for 16-year-old Kylie Rodni and her 2013 Honda CR-V, who went missing after attending a senior bash with around 300 other high schoolers and young adults. Authorities say she was seen in a video wearing this pink and white sweatshirt. Investigators are asking everyone to come forward with any helpful information they may have. The reward in this case is up to $75,000. Now, to be clear, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, which is located in California, isn't necessarily linking these 3 missing persons cases. However, detectives are just trying to make sense of how 3 people could all go missing on the same weekend within the same geographic location of each other. Nicole?
All right, Alex, thank you for that. And joining us now to dig a bit deeper, former FBI agent Jennifer Coffendorfer. Jennifer, we appreciate your time hearing about these disappearances all happening, within the same weekend. How rare is it for 2 crimes or 2 disappearances? It may not be a crime, but, these similar details to occur so close to one another in a fairly rural area?
Well, I think it's somewhat rare, and that is what is raising all this suspicion that they could be linked. However, I would submit that they are not linked, and this is why. If you look at the last cellular telephone link or ping of Mr. Zavala, it was actually about 110 miles away from the Prosser campsite. This would have all had to occur within 24 hours, meaning an individual who victimized Kylie would have then had to hide her vehicle and then go to this other location and victimize 2 other individuals at least 110 miles away, just a little bit northwest of Reno. So therefore, I think just from a logistics standpoint, they are not connected. And then moreover, the victims that would have been chosen. Typically, as an example, the Naomi Orion case, someone who victimizes a young woman such as Kylie would not necessarily drive 110 miles and then victimize a man and a woman at that other location.
So you're saying that they may not be linked. Is there any reason to believe, though, that the same person could potentially be responsible for all of these disappearances? Could this be a serial kidnapper or maybe worse, that's on the loose right now?
I, again, don't believe that to be the case. In looking at how law enforcement is looking at the KIELY Rodnි case, it seems very clear to me that they are treating this as more of a search and rescue mission. And that's because here 2 weeks into this, that's what their evidence shows from their interviews and all their investigation. And so for this reason, they are not excluding completely the possibility of foul play, but they believe and are treating this as a search and rescue.